Guys, Banana Lot here, and welcome back to another Virtual Realms video. We're back with the this weekend's banner, so no surprise that we are getting another rerun, even though we are getting a mini update that's happening next week. So turns out the update that we're getting isn't the full one. We're getting like a mini update. So mainly just changes to GVG, which makes sense because that's about to refresh. I think this is the second last week of GVG. And yeah, uh, personal contribution rewards, blah blah blah. That's nice. And then increase the XP gain by a single hero. Promotion rate. Don't think that matters too much. I think the big one is over here, optimizing the insignia drops. And then this is huge as well. Removing mythic extracts and legendary extracts. Sick of getting this. And then this daily free offer, I think it's the one that shows up in the shop. They removed the 1000 gold finally, and there's a chance to obtain one arena permit as well. And then they no longer announce epic lot heroes. That's alright. And yeah, this one isn't much, just a medal which we'll get because we have more than 365 days in the back. But yeah, nothing huge. I think the huge one is just GVG, getting the new soldiers as well as the new maps. Yeah, we will take a look at that, when the maps actually show up in the server and we can actually, test things out. So today we want to talk about the banners that are upcoming. So we had a few amazing banners. We had Halloween, we had Hacks, and then last week, what was it? I don't remember anymore. Oh yeah, Valeria and Brocade. All top tier banners to be honest. Especially the Valeria Brocade one. I think it's the one of the first few banners we got that actually had two heroes that were great. Halloween, not so much because only one of the heroes were great. Hex and Percy was great as well, especially if you don't have a first copy of Percy yet. So now we're taking a break. We're getting the normal 2x and a 1 plus 1. So obviously, this one's going to be up to you because with the patches coming, we're not sure we're going to get a new banners after this patch or will they need a big patch to add that in. I'm guessing it's the latter because they actually need to add in the heroes. But if Kigiri, the new limited like samurai guy, is what you really wanted, then you should start saving and not go for the 1 plus 1. And especially if you're late game like me, 1 plus 1 is just extra coins, if I have to be honest. So, not that important, I think. Unless you're just wanting to go for like legendaries in general. So yeah, that's my take. I'm personally am saving. I haven't summoned for any 1 plus 1s for I think 2 runs now. So yeah, the one that we really want to focus on about is the Solcadens and Eunomia banner. So when I first saw this banner, I was like thinking, oh, this is not too bad, not the best banner, but I guess Solcadens is nice for some areas of the game. But I think yesterday in the afternoon, I was speaking to one of the mods and they mentioned that there's leaks in the file about Iova and Canelian. And we see in Destin's Discord as well. Yesterday in Lakers Lair, you could see that, Iova and Canelian are in the files, but we're not sure when the rerun is coming. So that's something that you have to consider when we're talking about this banner. But these two units, both great. Solcadens is essentially the better version of Twin Fiend. He does crazy amount of damage himself. He's great for Guild Boss too. And yeah, even though he steals damage off Infernal units, he himself does huge amount of damage. So take a look at a few of his skills. So first one, talent when attacking the same target, basic attack deal any basic attack dealt increases damage. Each attack increases damage by 6% for 10 seconds up to 10 times and inflicts burning. Burning lasts for 5 seconds and basically gets 60% damage boost just from that. And his basic attack is one of those unique ones where it's a continuous attack, similar to what Alistair has with a laser beam. And then first passive, upon inflicting burning, 50% chance to gain 1 furry essence, stacking up to 4, and then your next ultimate, this every essence deals 60% extra damage. So this goes up to 320% damage when you get it fully maxed out. And you are going to stack this up pretty easily, I reckon, because you yourself inflict burning on your basic attacks. And then becomes immune to burning. After talent inflicts burning on target, 20% chance to increase their received burning damage by 20%, and this goes up to 30% for both the chance and the extra damage. So you can see how his kit synergizes well with just uh, making sure that burns do way more damage. And I'm pretty sure that this benefits other units as well, which is why Solcadens is great for the Boris Codex, because when you partner that with a 9, as well as Zilitu, I think all their burns get this amplified damage as well. And his ultimate, it's going to be the same as what we see on Twin Fin, where he does that charge. But the main difference is the Lord skill. So the Lord skill for Twin Fin is that, everyone gets extra attack, they get extra penetration, and they all do their own sets of attack. But in Solcadens, it's different. You can read it right here. The Lord gains 70% attack and 80% crit damage attributes from participating allies, and accumulates strength for a powerful strike. So instead of the damage going to the individual units, they all go to Solcadens. That's why people say that he steals damage, because he's charging it for his ultimate. And damage strike increases based on number of heroes on the field, up to 800% damage, and nearby units will get 100% splash damage, which means that they all just get hit altogether. And then there's damage increase for every charge up he does, that increases to 11%, I think, for 12 seconds. So there's 132% damage increase. And then the AoE plus is going to be 300%, and skill cost 500, same as Twin Feet. So that's the main difference about Solcadens. He's really all about boosting his own damage. It's sort of like Valderon, he's a selfish lord, but he doesn't necessarily decrease the damage of his allies. They all do extra damage, it's just that the damage numbers are going to show towards Solcadens. And Awakenings is going to be the same deal with him as is with Twin Fiend, that you want him at A1 minimum. So if you are struggling with Boros Codex, or you want someone fun to play with in Samurai 2, you might want to go for this banner just for his A1. If you already have Eova, for example. A2 increased damage and increased faction team members damage to elite bosses and bosses by 5%. I think this is the part that differs from Twin Fiend. We have to go and take a look at it to see what Twin Fiend does instead. And for everyone burning, increases the hero's damage by 5% up to 35. I don't really like this Awakening for the fact that he's inflicting one stack of burning. Zilitu, which you normally use him with, inflicts another stack. That's going to be 2 stacks at most. Only guys that can increase the stacks tremendously is going to be like a 9. Or if you run him with like a Nightmare team in Samurai 2, that's going to be Arrogance in range mode, but you don't use him in range mode. So unless you have his exclusive, not going to do much there. Last as well doing burning, but that's about it. So I don't really like this one, unless he himself had some way to inflict multiple stacks of burning. A4 is extra crit rate, not too bad, given that all of the oh, he doesn't actually get the crit rate increase, so he needs 100% crit, so that's not too bad. Because for Twin Fin and Pyros, they only need 80%. And then A5 talent damage increases effect maxed out. Each attack launch extends the duration of all burning on the target for 1 second. So I'm assuming this only happens once, but the burns extension would be great for himself as for Zilitu. So that's enough on Solcadens. Obviously, he's a great unit, but when you pair it with all the other lords, then it starts to become pretty obvious that it's not as meta as what you see the other units doing in the game. With Ingrid just, let's say anti-air and AoE arena. So I will say that if you do want to, go for him, it's going to be because you want to go for the A1 and you don't have a soul stone, or you don't want to use a soul stone on him. But bear in mind that Eova is coming, so if you don't have the first copy of Eova yet, I think it's better to just save up for him because Eova is going to be key for anti-air and boosting the two best marksmen in the game, Stylus and Hex, which are very good single target DPS units, out surpassing Zillitu by a mile. So that's Solcadens, and let's take a look at yeah, so it's a very big difference. So penetration increase is 30% as well. This gives crit rate and crit damage increase, right? But for Solcadens, it's just gonna give 30% extra damage to elites and bosses. So that's the main difference. And yeah, his A2 that increases. Okay, this is crit damage, and then for Solcadens is extra damage to elites and bosses. Which makes sense why he's so great in Samratu. We can just head in to see in the Samratu charts whether we see any people using him. I know on 6x there isn't much, but on 5x you see, yeah, okay, right here. So Cadence 411 million damage, coupled with Zillitu, as well as Hex. Pretty nice damage going on. And that's with a Praetus. I reckon you could run this even with like a Nightmare team as well. Just Solcadens and Zillitu. I've seen it before. But yeah, you don't see this happening much because Praetus and Valdoron obviously are going to be better. But yeah, let's go right back to um, Eunomia here. So Eunomia is going to be the healer that's paired with Solcadens. And he's an Arbiter, she's an Arbiter Watcher healer. Her heals are mainly okay, sorry. She is mainly focused on heals. She gives some attack speed and yeah, she's just nuts for the amount of heal that she puts out. So talent, each healing will bounce to 2 extra targets. Each bounce granting attack-based healing to an ally with a 35% healing multiplier. So it's like a reduced heal. There we go. And then first passive, dispel all debuffs from 3 allies in range every 40 seconds. Cooldown goes down to 30. And then during the effects of Holy Light, the healing multiplier bounce healing increases by 60% at max. I'm guessing this is his ultimate. Yep. When activated, increase attack speed by 100, grants attack speed increase to all allies in range, lasting for 20 seconds. Effect becomes permanent after the skill's second activation. Skill cost is at 700, pretty low, and this goes up to 30 seconds. So she's obviously going to do more heals when that happens, and base attack wise, it's pretty high for healer. And yeah, there's really nothing much to talk about Eunomia here. You don't really see her normally in arena, I find. You do see her a lot in Nightmare comms in GVG, just with the amount of heals that she dishes out, as well as the attack speed increase. Really helps out Nightmare teams. It's really hard to penetrate those. You need really strong units to get there. And her Dispel, even though it's not as reliable, isn't too bad of an option. So if you look at her Awakenings, A1, so healing will bounce one more time, so that's 3 targets. Extra healing effect. A3, this is what you really want on her. Bounce healing has a 10% chance to dispel all debuffs from allies. Honestly, you would rather much get Halloween, because Halloween has it at 30% and 20% dispel chance. And Eunomia is pretty rare for a unit. Extra rage regen, and then it increases base healing for 10 seconds. Oh, okay, that's for the debuffs. So not too bad of a unit. You'll want her if you want to complete your Arbiter collection and run her in content where you need as many Arbiters as possible. But I will say that for the most part, she's not gonna be someone that I'll go out for unless you're a collector. And I've heard that she can hit pretty high BP. You just gear her up as a DPS instead. She can go up to 100k at A0. So I don't have her, don't know how true that is, but if that's the case, she's gonna be a great BP padding unit for GVG as well. But yeah, that's the banner that we have upcoming. I personally am gonna skip on this. Solcadens is nice. I have 3 soulstones. I can put him to A1 obviously, but I think that I'm better off holding out for Eunomia, Iova and Cornelia, just for the fact that Iova is going to be more useful for me. I don't have a legendary PSL lot that is going to tremendously boost my Hex and Silas in Cube Boss, as well as even being possible to run them in Samurai as well. So yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any more questions, whether you should summon, leave it down in the comment section below. And good luck for your summons if you're doing any, and I'll see you in the next one.